Yo, how are you doing? How are you doing? My brothers and sisters, here is something I didn't talk too much about, but I felt like this is the time to really dive deep into that. And this is a topic not too popular to talk about in society, and this is a topic that is so much suppressed in a lot of areas in our lives. And this is the idea of your dark side. This is the idea of your shadow. This is the idea of the part of yourself who you do not know and sometimes do not accept. Let me tell you my personal example. So, I'm thriving towards greatness, right? I'm doing all this self-improvement, and I'm waking up every single day and thinking about how can I become greater, how can I become better, how can I become the best version of myself. And I'm a human, and sometimes I'm just over pushing myself. So for example, last week I was working every single day, and by the end of the day, by the end of the week, I was like, I do not really want to do this, man. Like, I'm tired of this shit, you know. I'm only 23, like I should be, you know, super energized and like be super excited about life. And I was like, I felt like, you know, I'm just burning out or something. And so in the beginning of this week, I was fortunate enough to find this idea which I truly intuitively knew about, but I didn't really take my time and my energies to really dive deep into. And so this is the idea of the shadow, the dark, because we have to understand there are two parts of ourselves, and there's this very first one, the persona, which is, you know, something that we craft so we can show it to other people. And this is the thing that we show it to a person when we meet with them. This is why we are so nice every single time. And this is, you can just simply go onto people's Instagram account and just see what their persona is. You know, we want to be looked at the person who has all figured it out. We want to look at the person who is in a happy relationship. We want to look like the person who has all the money. We want to look like the person who has all the knowledge, who's the smartest, who's the fastest, who has the most money, power, health, wealth, happiness, whatever. But we fail to understand that that is not reality. And the problem comes when we fail to understand that, and when we fail to accept and, more importantly, acknowledge it to ourselves. Because if you do not acknowledge it to yourself, then you're in deep trouble, bro. And this is what I truly deeply tend to do. I tend to think of myself that I'm this super clean, super great creature, you know, trying to do greatness at every single point and area of my life. You know, I'm reading, I'm meditating, I'm exercising, I'm working, I'm sharing this video, I'm trying to inspire people, etc, etc, etc. And the point is, I do not see that what I'm crafting is actually a fake identity, because sometimes I just simply do not have the guts to look into what I should change. I just simply do not have the guts to change. I just simply do not have the guts to look into the eyes of my shadow self. Do you see that? I just simply fear to acknowledge that there is something that is not pure. There is something that is not nice. There is something that is perhaps violent, you know. I haven't been drinking and taken any drugs for, I think it's like 3 months, but I do not really count it. And now I'm thinking that, you know, I'm crafting this identity of myself that I'm this perfect human being, you know. I'm not doing any sin, somehow like in the Bible or something, you know. But this is true. This is not true, bro. This is fucking false. I'm creating this identity so I can live in a lie, you know. This is a lie because this is not reality. Reality is infinitely complex. Reality is something way deeper than humans can truly, really deeply understand at all. Reality is way, way, way more complex, way, way more sophisticated than you think. And we are just simplifying it and creating all this rationality and creating all these ideas and these boxes. You know, you are good, he is bad. You know, I'm a good person, he's a bad person. You know, jerking off to porn is good, or jerking off to porn is bad. This is another example. On the long term, I'm not saying that any of these is wrong or bad. We just have to understand that we are limiting ourselves. We are truly, deeply limiting ourselves and trying to live up to an expectation which is not there. This is what the problem with nice guys is. They are just refusing their dark side. They are just refusing when they are looking at a nice girl and thinking about, I would, you know, F the shit out of her, you know. They know it and deeply, and they are thinking about that. They are just not admitting it. You know, sometimes they're not even admitting it to themselves. And you have to admit it, and you have to understand it, and you have to know that you are not just nice. You are not all just nice and bright and everything is good. You have violent thoughts. You have something suppressed deeply inside you that you haven't been thinking about. You might seem good, but really truly look around your life. Are you really fulfilled? Are you stuck? Do you feel stuck? Because, man, if you're in this self-development journey, it tends to get a little bit tense, you know, when you're doing over and over and over and over and over again all the self-improvement, and you're focusing so much on yourself that you're basically just, you know, factoring out all of the outer world. And there's a huge danger in that, because if you do not get real life feedback, then how will you know what you do not know? Because this is what the dark side and the shadow side is all about. You have to face the things that you do not know. And the best thing to do that is to have feedback from people. The best thing to do is to have feedback from people. Yeah, bro, you are pushing this, you are in the self-improvement journey, but wait a minute. You are a shitty person, you know, like you do not really care about people. You think that you care about people, but you really do not care about people. Or you think that you're not drinking alcohol, but you're having other addictions, such as, you know, working out. That can be another addiction, you know, and that is for me at the moment, for sure. What I want you to understand is that good and bad is just a concept, and we are coming up with them, and we are just trying to chase something that is not there. This persona, this perfect self. We are introducing ourselves that, you know, like, I'm this good person, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. We are smiling to other people, but deep inside you're thinking that you might be killing them, you know, because you fucking hate them. And what my personal experience suggests to me, and also all of my current knowledge, is that all of your creativity is coming from the dark side, bro. When you're just simply lost, deeply lost, and when you're with your demons and, you know, in this super dark place, and something just happens, you know, something just clicks. This is where all the creativity comes from. So you must spend time in the dark side, and you must understand yourself. You must understand your dark side, bro. You must admit to yourself that you are not this nice guy. You must admit to yourself that I would F the shit out of her. You must admit that you want to make a lot of money, and you want to get super freaking drunk, and you want to, you know, jerk off to porn, and you want to, you know, be violent, and you want to say F you to the world. You want to go ahead and just be a freaking beast. Do you understand me? You have to admit it, and you have to understand yourself, and you have to dive deep into that. And man, just truly understand that we are creating all these imaginary realities of ourselves, which is toxic. Because if you do not acknowledge your dark side, if you're nice with everyone all the time, and you do not really have relationships who are telling you that, yeah bro, you're nice but you suck, because you're a human being. There is no such thing that everything's figured out. There is no such thing that is all figured out. There is no such thing as a perfect person. There is no such thing as a person without problems. But this is what we tend to think, and especially social media, you know, enlarges this problem huge times. So I'm encouraging you to dive deep into this self-development journey, and do not just be on the dark side, but have the courage and the guts to deal with your dark side too. And I'm wishing it first and foremost to myself, and after that to you, because who I am to tell you what to do, you know?